Hello everyone, my name is Matt Mitchell. You can call me Mitch. We're here today in lovely Kansas City, Missouri, in my personal home studio in my home. And today we're going to be we're going to discuss a typical home studio signal path using the equipment we have here in my studio. First of all, let's just take a brief tour so I can show you what we're working with here. Telecaster, that's very important. Vintage Ampeg guitar amp. We've got a P-Bass over here. Some studio monitors, okay, JBLs. The Millennium Falcon. A blue microphone. This is the Blue Spark, which is a large diaphragm condenser mic. Remember, we talked about that being the good overall studio mic for overall purposes. Over here, a couple of preamps, which can be used for microphones and other inputs. If you follow the mess of wires from the preamps, you'll see that I have them plugged into the back of my audio interface, and there's a reason for that, because we're only supposed to do our gain stage, right, which is taking that microphone signal, turning it into a line level one time. So on the front of this Focusrite Sapphire interface, on the front end we've got a gain stage here for these first two channels. So you wouldn't want to put a preamp into here, or you run the risk of gain staging twice. So on the back here are where my preamps are. But if you notice, I do have an XLR cable. Remember, XLR is 2 conductors and 1 ground. For a balanced signal, you're going to eliminate electrical noise and interference. So this XLR cable is plugged in over here to our SM58, which is a dynamic mic. And we're going to be using this dynamic mic on this Vox amplifier, which is plugged in using a 1/4 inch TS mono instrument cable going through this pedal board here and plugged in directly into the beautiful combo organ right over here that's going to be making our sounds. Okay, so I want to make sure I have a good signal. I have already, before I started the video, I plugged in our microphone, got it over here into the interface. So let's trace the signal path from start to finish before we forget. We have organ, we have pedal board, and these are all patched with 1/4 inch TS cables. Okay, put on a little reverb. 1/4 inch TS cable into the amp. Apologize for the dark corner here. And then the amplifier speaker is going to push the air. It's going to compress and rarefy that air, which is how the diaphragm on the microphone transducer will work. Turns that into an electrical current, which follows this XLR cable into our interface. The interface is acting as a preamp, where I have my gain stage set right here. It's also our monitoring station for our headphones and our studio monitors, so that we're not getting latency. The computer will take time to process that signal and send it back. So if you're monitoring in the computer, that's no good. That latency will affect your performance. It's a timing issue. Everything coming out of the monitoring before it hits the computer, no latency. So then our audio signal is going to go into this Mac Mini here, which is hooked up by FireWire. Right there. No, right there. You can't see it because it's black. Into the Mac Mini, and then we're running GarageBand for our DAW. So I'm set to record here on this Audio 5 signal. Okay, and we're going to hear playback of some things I've recorded before in the past, and I'm going to play along with it on this organ. And we'll get some signal. Are we ready? Okay, let's play it back and see if it worked. Success. So that's a typical audio path in a home studio setup. Instrument, amplifier, microphone, 1/4 inch mono cables for instrument cables, XLR cables, which are also mono but are balanced into the interface where there's a preamp stage and monitoring before we go to the computer, which takes the digital signal from the digital audio converter that's in our interface and creating the digital file in our DAW. Thanks for watching. Give me a good grade. We'll talk to you next week.